What is up, you guys? Hope you're doing well. We're on to another week, and we're going to kind of dive right on in, okay? So we're going to pick up where we left off. Last time, we're actually going to start by reviewing the very last thing I talked about, and that is number 110 on page 22, okay? Chromatic crescendo. It is incorporating a couple of things that we've been talking about recently, one of them being 6/8, the other being moving up chromatically, okay? So by going up and down by half steps. We also talked that during a chromatic scale, we're going to use enharmonic spellings of notes. So it's going to be written one way going up, and then it's going to be written another way coming down. Okay? So 110, we're just going to do a short little review about it. Just play through it one more time, and then we'll move on to some of the other stuff. Okay? So 110, chromatic crescendo. Normally that would be a playing test, and it is tricky. I know that's part of the reason it would be a playing test, is to really push you guys. But really getting comfortable with doing these chromatic fingerings for some of the woodwinds, having to use alternate fingerings, but being able to play in 6/8 as well, and also understanding the enharmonic notes. Okay, that's really, really important. Okay, we're going to skip over 111 and 112. We're going to go to number 113, staccato study. Now this one is it's incorporating a lot of stuff that we've talked about already. One of them being obviously staccatos, because that's literally in the title. The second is you'll see that there's two examples of going up and down chromatically. So we have some accidentals coming up, and then a different version of them coming down. The other thing that you guys hopefully will see is that after measure 4, we have a key change. Okay, measures 1 through 4 and measures 5 through 8 are very, very similar, okay? It's the same rhythm, it's the same shape, okay? So it follows the same kind of formula, kind of like how our duets, how line A and B are very similar. The first 4 and the second 4 measures are very similar to each other, just one of them is in one key signature, and the other is in another key signature. The second one, the key signature, is lower than the first, okay? So I'll play the first 4 measures, and then we'll stop. We'll talk about it just for a second, then we'll do the second 4 measures. So the first 4. Okay. It does go up a little bit into our higher register, which I know it can be a little bit challenging. Okay, but the general melody that I just played, we're just going to take that melody, we're going to put it in a different key signature and just lower it down a little bit, and that's what our last 4 measures are. So this is the last 4 measures. Okay, it's just that it's literally the exact same melody, just one is in one key signature and one is in the next. Now, it is very rare that you'll have a key signature just so blatantly change in the middle of a piece. However, when we get to more complicated music, it is possible that that could happen. Okay? So all the way through staccato study. Okay, it's a fun little tune, but there's a lot of technical work that goes into that. Okay, primarily the staccatos, but also again making sure that we're doing the correct accidentals when we're going up and down those chromatic lines. Okay, the last, I believe, second to last one we're gonna do Yankee Doodle Dandy, and 114. This one it's pretty straightforward. We have a few moments. We actually don't have anything accidental-wise that's kind of throwing us off, or anything chromatic. We do have a few examples of syncopation. Remember that's a term that we talked about very briefly before, and that's where we have an accent not on a dominant beat. So an accent that's not on 1, 2, 3, or 4 if it's on an and, okay? You'll see in your music, it's about like measure 12 or so, where we have forte. Actually, I can count 16, 15, 14, 13. Where it changes to forte, and you'll see that we have 2 measures of syncopation there. 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, putting that emphasis on that and. That is a syncopated rhythm. Okay. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward one. It's a tune that a lot of you are going to recognize. It's just the syncopation that just makes it a little bit challenging, and it's a little bit of a longer piece. Okay, Yankee Doodle Dandy. I misread that one note. So hopefully you could hear where that accent was, okay, to really distinguish between that syncopated rhythm and non-syncopated rhythms, okay? It is a little bit of a longer one, and it's just a lot of articulating, but overall it's a pretty straightforward tune, okay? The last one I want us to do is number 115, okay, the sight reading challenge. What I want you to try and do, because normally how I would do this in class is I would give you guys about 30 seconds to 45 seconds or so to look over the music and without playing your instrument, okay? And then we would try playing it all together. Clearly, I can't force you to do that while you're at home playing, but I would encourage you to try and do this. So I would encourage you to pretty much right now pause the video. And hopefully, once you've already looked over it, you'll come back, and we're now ready to play it, okay? So it's good practice to get in. Yeah, here we go. With first and second endings, the sight reading challenge 115. It's a fun little tune, and again, it's more practice than 6/8, which we definitely need, because we're definitely going to see 6/8 next year, especially when we come back. There will definitely be pieces that we play that'll be in 6/8. Okay? That's all I've got for you guys for right now. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'd be more than happy to help you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Love you, miss you.